Hey everybody, welcome back to Diecast Driven with your host, Matthew Carr. On the turntable today, you see a throwback paint scheme to Buddy Baker's 1979 Gray Ghost Oldsmobile. This particular paint scheme wasn't the first time that Dale Jr. was supposed to run it. He actually ran it in a similar scheme in the 2008 All-Star race with Three Doors Down as the sponsor. For 2015, NASCAR decided to start doing throwback weekend at Darlington, a race that my dad and I actually attended for the Lionel RCCA members event. The following year, in 2016, Dale Earnhardt Jr. wanted to run another throwback specifically to the Gray Ghost from Buddy Baker. Obviously, the concussion kept Jr. out of the car, so Jeff Gordon was tagged to step into the 88, again for this particular race as well as 7 other ones, and he actually did pretty well. He started the race in 15th, finished it in 14th, again, didn't lead any laps, didn't go a lap down, just a solid race for Jeff. Didn't tear up the car. As you can see from the images rotating, there's a little bit of damage on the passenger side from where he got into the wall, but I mean, it was Darlington in 2016. Everybody hit the wall at that point. I mean, everybody still hits the wall at Darlington, so the Darlington stripe always going to be on the cars there. But again, solid race for Jeff, nothing crazy. Dale Jr. did end up getting a chance to race this particular paint scheme at Darlington in the following year in 2017, so the scheme wasn't exactly lost on him. It is, and he has said multiple times that it's one of his favorite paint schemes in the history of NASCAR. So it was cool to see Jeff race this scheme, but then also Dale Jr. race this scheme in the following year. So just a very neat tribute to Buddy Baker. Also a great driver, Jeff Gordon, great driver, Dale Jr., great driver. So just a really cool paint scheme that is different from all the other ones that Gordon raced in the 88, from the Exalta cars to the Nationwide cars. Speaking of the Exalta cars, this is the last one that Gordon ran for Jr. in 2016. The remaining 2 will be Nationwide paint schemes, but this particular one that he raced at the Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond was the last Exalta car that he was able to run for Jr. As you can see, it's pretty similar to all the rest of them. You have NCS on the roof and then as well on the TV panel. And then a lot of damage on both sides of the car. So if the damage is on the right side of the car, Jeff's passing people, he's moving forward. If the damage is on the left side of the car, he's in the way, he's getting past. So you could kind of tell that this was an up and down race for Gordon. It wasn't one of his best finishes, actually his second worst out of the 8 races that he substituted for Jr. He started the race in 11th, finished in 16th, didn't lead any laps, but did finish on the lead lap. So again, another solid day, didn't tear the car up too much, pretty much took care of it and brought it home in a good solid position. One other note that I want to mention about these cars that I haven't in any of the previous episodes is the rear spoiler. So in 2015, NASCAR raced a really large spoiler for high downforce, and in 2016 they walked it back a little bit and shortened the spoiler. But that change came pretty early on in the season, and Lionel didn't tool up a new spoiler for the diecast. So all of them are altered, as you can see from the videos, and if you go back and look at the previous ones, it's the same thing. They're all pretty much the same height. So I did have to cut those down. Pretty neat. It's just a little different from all the other cars in the collection because the spoilers are a little different, a little shorter. I think in 2017 is when NASCAR went to the really small spoiler, and Lionel did reflect that change in the diecast. But it was just another neat feature that was added to these cars. So next week, we'll wrap up Jeff Gordon's Cup Series career with his final 2 88 cars of 2016. I hope to see you guys there. Have a good week. Bye.